What's up guys, and welcome to a very special review. This is a JDM Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 6 GSR. At some point it went to the UK, but now it's here in California, and the owner PJ might actually be putting this up for sale. So if you are interested after watching this video, and I'm sure you will be, check out his contact info in the video description. It's a right-hand drive car, 5-speed manual transmission. As you can see, it's not stock. Far from it. Full list of mods in the video description. Way too many things to even go through on camera, so I'm just going to point out some of the main items here. Obviously, full bolt-in roll cage. It has an Evo 6 TME/RS steering rack, which is about 10% quicker than the regular steering rack. We've got AP Racing 6-pot front brakes, Carbotech XP10 pads, Ohlins Road and Track coilovers revalved with stiffer springs, 12K front, 10K rear, got some sway bars, differential bushes. The engine is just a standard Evo 6 GSR block, a 4G63. It's a 2-liter turbocharged inline 4-cylinder, but this has the Evo 9 80 series turbo and a bunch of other supporting mods, which should bring this up to about 400 horsepower at the wheels. It only weighs about 3,000 pounds stock, meaning this one is just under 2,800 according to PJ. We have strut front, multi-link rear suspension, hydraulic steering rack, CAE shifter for the 5-speed manual. I cannot wait to drive this thing. I absolutely love the way it looks from the outside. I like the exterior of this car even more than the Evo 8 and 9. And I didn't know that about what I preferred until I saw this in person. It has a total Gundam look to it. So JDM, so rally car. It's so proper, and the interior matches perfectly. So let's take this thing for a drive. It's been a while since I've driven a right-hand drive car, so there might be a little bit of a learning curve here, but hopefully this car is easy to drive and we can actually push it hard enough for me to tell you what it's like. Nice and light clutch. The shifter, of course, is very high effort but very rewarding. All right, check this out. Oh yes. Wow. The car just immediately feels so lightweight. Oh wow, the front end is so sharp. The car's turn-in is immediate. Engine, not actually that loud. I think the exhaust setup is a bit on the mild side, but that's fine because it makes great power and it pulls hard to the red line around 7,000 RPM. There is some turbo lag, but as long as you keep rolling through the gears and keep it in the right part of the rev range, it's got plenty of acceleration. Of course, this all-wheel drive system doing its thing. So much confidence driving this car quickly. Well over 20 years old. It still feels so good. Not only is it good because it's raw, like most old cars are, but even the performance level feels so impressive. I just drove a brand new Audi RS3, also a turbocharged all-wheel drive car, and this feels so much more connected and confidence inspiring. Easy to heel toe, although the gas pedal, I wish it was a little bit longer. I have to pivot my foot quite a bit. Love how light this car feels, so nimble. Oh my gosh, this is driving heaven. So much grip. I think we're on Toyo RA1R tires. or RA1, I don't know. But this car has more than enough grip. Oh, the novelty of right-hand drive also still is not wasted on me. This is so cool. Strapped in with these 5-point harnesses. Actually not the best idea from a safety standpoint for street driving, but it feels so proper. Oh, the CAE shifter, so solid. The front end, oh my goodness. The combination of low effort in the steering rack plus actual feedback is impressive. I wish the steering loaded up a little bit more in the corners, but actually the lightweight kind of matches the overall personality of the car. It's nimble, it wants to be tossed into a corner. It's easy to drive hard. So in some ways the light steering, it makes sense. Honestly, the car's probably got more brakes than it needs. 6-pot AP Racing front calipers. But I'm not complaining because there's no fade whatsoever and the pedal just stays firm but easy to modulate. While we're stopped here for a second, take a look at this interior. Beautiful Momo steering wheel, super simple gauge cluster. It says it's in kilometers per hour, but I'm pretty sure that's miles per hour. Love the simplicity of this design. It kind of reminds me of the Mark IV Supra, except this center console isn't as angled towards the driver. Everything's just a physical control, dedicated buttons for climate control. So simple, yet so satisfying and nostalgic at the same time. All right, let's resume. Feels strong. It actually could use a little more power in my opinion, but it's certainly not underpowered. I just think this chassis can handle more. It doesn't even feel like it's being worked that hard. I mean, I am taking these corners at a pretty good pace, but this car just takes it so easily. Ohlins Road and Track suspension doing a great job. It doesn't feel like track suspension. It's actually pretty compliant for street driving, but it does give us good body control. Oh yes, just phenomenal. Evo 6, the best Evo I have ever driven, hands down. And I've driven some pretty decent Evos. 2 words to sum up this car: total balance. Just the right amount of grip and brakes and suspension and power. The gearing is perfect. Not too long, not too short. It's not a super loud car. It's a car that you can enjoy on the street, on a grocery run, minus the lack of a 3-point seatbelt. Everything feels so well dialed in. Whoever owns this car next, if PJ actually does sell it, is a very, very lucky person indeed. One of my new favorite driving experiences, bar none. This is going to rank very, very high in my Zygrene Performance Index. I think the only one area where it might suffer a bit is the engine. I think the 4G63, it's tried and true, but it doesn't make a particularly soulful sound. After all, it is a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbo. And again, I think this could have a little bit more power. Another 50 horsepower, maybe even 100. This chassis could handle it, definitely. So let me know what you think about this Evo 6 build. Again, if you're interested in purchasing this, reach out to PJ. His info will be in the video description. What other cars out there are as enjoyable to drive as the Evo 6? Especially cars that we didn't get here in the States. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you very soon.